Hey up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all well. Another unboxing. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is a Patriot XL ATS accessories button box. We did do a video on it before and I want to touch on the subject of what happened. So this is a button box for American truck, and just to clarify a few things, I did order one before. I did purchase it myself with my own money and it got broken in transit, unfortunately. I mean, if anyone saw the previous video, the box looked clean, but it was only until I second looked at it, there was a hole in the back. It was very small, very clean cut straight through, and obviously the button box itself got damaged, unfortunately. And yeah, I unboxed it, I kind of had a talk about it, and I, showed my views on it and things, and realistically, once I saw the damage on the bottom of it, I should have just stopped it there, because I contacted the seller. It was around about Christmas time, so like I don't think I took into account how busy someone would be, and we waited, and it was 2 days I think to get back to us, but my god, when he got back to me, job was a good one. Actually become really good friends now through all of this ordeal, which has just been, was frustrating at the time, but honestly, once I spoke to him, like zero issues. Very helpful. First port of call was he offered me a new button box. I tried to be respectful as well and say, look, it's just the mount that's broken. Like, he wanted to have a look at the box and things, and we found the hole, and he was worried the whole box had been rattled, which to be honest, I think it had. So he said, no, look, I'm going to send you a new one out, and that's what he's done. So this is the new one. I have used the other one now for, I'm trying to think how long I've used it for. I mean, a couple of weeks to a month maybe. So I have got some opinions on it, which I would like to share as well. So we're going to unbox this. We're going to fit it to the simulator. I've taken the old one off. There is a few bits in here as well. There's the new illuminated faceplate, so for anyone that's interested, this is the standard faceplate that would come with the button box, and he now does illuminated ones so the light shines through. But one of the cool things is, we'll get unboxed, we'll have a look at it, we'll see what the crack is. One of the cool things about the whole ordeal as well is, I shared some opinions on the box that he had. There was an awful lot on the box that I loved, and there was a couple of little things I didn't like, which he's now changed for everybody. So this box now comes with a few features that I'll share once I open it. Yeah, I mean, just to run through some figures again, ATS accessories, Patriot XL. Obviously every country is different, so please check your taxes and things before you order. Postage and taxes is country specific, so at the end of the day, that's not his problem or any company's problem, that's our problem when we order. So the button box was £480 is what I paid. Obviously I had my shipping and my taxes on top of that, but I physically paid £480 for it. That was with the Chrome CB, which this box hasn't got now, but obviously I already own one, so this is the CB. This is the Chrome version. He does a black, a Chrome and a flag, I think it is. Beautiful CB, as you can see. This one's been used for like a month now. The only thing I'll say, and this is a plus side, I thought the metal cable was for sure, right? I'll be real, I thought it was just, it looked cool. It isn't. It doesn't get tangled. So for anyone that uses a CB with a coiled cable, you guys will already know the struggles of using a coiled cable. I thought the coiled cable, you pull it down, talk into it, let go, the coiled cable will just wrap up. It doesn't. It tangles and tangles and tangles. So yeah, right. So illuminated faceplates, these are built a little bit different. I will show you what one looks like. So they come separately wrapped. So this should have none on it. These are my extra pieces, I think, so we'll put them to one side. We'll show you them in a minute. We've got so I haven't had a good look at this yet. He's obviously taken the first one to heart by the look of it, because we are well wrapped. wrapped upon wrapped upon wrapped. Right, so we'll take that to one side. Jesus. And if anyone saw the first video, it was well wrapped. I mean, I can't, honestly, it was just a shame. But communication wise, the guy has been great. I've got zero complaints on the communication wise. As I say, it took, I don't know, we say if we went back and forwards for a few days till we came with a conclusion where he was happy and I was happy, and that was really just getting a new box. That meant he wasn't worried about it, I wasn't concerned about it, everybody's happy. So yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, for anyone that is interested and probably does already know, about, I would say maybe it's a week or two after the box ordeal, ATS accessories started coming into the channel and we started talking, and we are now partnered, which is fantastic. But again, this particular unit and the broken one sitting up there was before any of this, and it's still bought by me, and this is still my own words. And to be honest, anyone that knows me, if I don't like something, you'll know about it and everybody else will know about it. So again, specialist item. So normally when you buy this, it would come with a faceplate of your choice, like this. So this is how you would receive the button box, and this is how it would look normally. Mine's come with no faceplate, one, because I've already got faceplate, and two, we've got the illuminated one, which is in here, which isn't out yet, so we're going to have a look at that. So yeah, standard button box as per normal. I'm going to change camera angle a little bit, so I'm going to unbox the other things first, and I want to talk about a few things on the box. But yeah, that's the box. You'll notice a few little changes, which I'm going to talk about when we move the camera around. So let's leave you there for a minute. So you also get your CB microphone holder. Again, this is a new piece. Another thing that I'd mentioned before, just, you know, out of chatting, this is a new design. So this is a full new design, beautifully done. And one of the things you'll notice is just how beautiful the actual print is. And I'm not a 3D printing fan, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. So this is how it actually hangs on the button box. Obviously full fastened on now, which it wasn't before, and just a beautiful piece, and it's the first time I've seen this. So that's just for a CB hanger. If you bought a CB, pretty self-explanatory. CB just hangs on, as you can probably see. Mine's got my cable clip on, but it just hangs on like that, and this bolts to the side of the box, which we'll show you in a little while. So we've got that, and then your other thing is you would normally get, I'll leave it with me, I've got some just up here. So you would normally get two options. So you would get your trailer brake and your parking brake. So you've got two options. You've got the yellow and black, which are 3D printed again, and then you've got the round ones, which are these ones here, which again I'll bring up to the camera just so you can have a nosy, are 3D printed, right? So these are your two options when you buy said button box. I would say both are adequate. I like over the top things, and this whole unit is over the top in my opinion, which is why I love it. However, he does do another kit. So when you're ordering the button box, he does do another kit, which are real trailer brake and real parking brakes. So these are a $25 kit, and these can only be purchased separate. You can't add them onto the box, you just purchase them separately. However, look at these units, man. So these are not 3D printed, these are real, and they have a adapter that is made. So you take this out and you'll see that screws in, and I'll come back to this later and show you something really cool. So that just screws onto said button box down here. So you just screw that on, and then obviously you screw your cap on over the top. And these are $25, and I would highly recommend, if you are going to get a box, these are just cool. As I say, I think these are adequate, and I think they're fine, and you can get yellow and black versions of these that look like these but not real. But these are just, yeah, I was blown away with these. These came in a separate box, so I've already had a look at these and I'm just absolutely flabbergasted with them. So yeah, we've got them. We've also got the key and remote, very standard. Obviously the remote for the lighting, which we'll touch on in a minute. And then we've got some stickers, which I didn't go through last time, which I would like to, and some bolts. These are the Visa mount bolts and they are labelled, handy for someone like me, CB arm bolts, and that is the bag for these. Right, so let me reposition and we'll come back. Right, so one of the things I wanted to touch on with here was I wanted to show you the different faceplates that you can run and some of the new features on the button box. So like I said, these are the adapters, the real trailer brake, and as I say, you can take these out. So one of the cool things about these is once you've got this piece, especially if you live in America because they're easier to get hold of for you guys, you can then add in something like this. So these are real trailer brakes and tractor brake pull knobs, and they're really cool. So they're a chrome piece. I will show you one here. So I'm not going to put a badge on it, not just yet, but as you can see, you get different coloured. This is a trailer brake one, very heavy. You get different coloured ones. So obviously if we take the original trailer brake, which is here, and then you've got the one that you can choose to get, which is these ones, which come with the button box, which are obviously made by ATS accessories, which again, still pretty cool, but this is a real version of that. So once you purchase one of these, you also get these adapters with them, which allows you to screw onto here, which is awesome. Not going to screw it all the way on, and then obviously this screws into here like so, and you can screw that right in, and then you can put that straight onto here, which is, as you can imagine, an absolute unit. So just bear that in mind when you are ordering a box, especially if you're going to have to pay taxes, delivery, postage, anything like that. Things like these, $25 for the kit. In my opinion, these look fantastic. I'm a little bit biased because I like nice things and I like real things, but when you look at the stuff that you're also putting on the button box, like the CB for instance, I mean, just look at it. Like, it's an absolute unit. So I think these are a great purchase, and I think they're a great addition. And I just think even these, I didn't think I would use them, but I mean, they're gonna look. I'm gonna use these as well, you know. So yeah, awesome. Right, one of the other things I want to touch on is, I mentioned that he changed a few things. So as you can see straight away, one of the things I didn't like was the lighting around the outside. So that's all gone now. So it turned out that it was a UV light, but I wasn't a big fan, and now he's actually changed over to light up faceplates. So you can actually get a pass-through faceplate, which is like a, I suppose you could call it a backlit faceplate. I have got a black one here, which I'm going to show you. Here we go. So this is one of the version 1 test pieces. So these lines that you can see are actually see-through. So this is actually well, it's not see-through, but it lights up. So the acrylic on the back lights up, and these lines actually light up the correct colour. So you can pop these in here like so. Obviously try and get it roughly where you want it, and as you can see, there you go. So obviously when you plug these in, I've got another one to try as well. So yeah, when you plug these in, you'll see that obviously it'll light up, and obviously the lines faintly, as you can see, pass through, which is really cool. With your remote you can change the colour. Obviously you've still got the option of the light, which you can turn on and off. So this was version 1. However, if I move this to one side for you, let's have a look at the newest one, which is a wood version. So I tend to use black in my setups because it blends into the camera a bit better. That's just personal preference though. Obviously you can go with whatever colour you want to. The wood one I really do like, and this is the new wood one. So this is the same type of unit as this one, but this is the non-shine through and this is the shine through. So if we bring U back in and we pop U back on here, it's going to look cool, isn't it? Oh yeah. So then we bang that on, and obviously you have a little bit of movement on the edges now, obviously, so you get that light through. And then with your remote you can change the colour to whatever you want. So if we open our remote, you can do light effects. I mean, you can do all sorts with them. But obviously, as I say, if I stand that up for you just to give you a bit of a better view, you can obviously do red. Where's he at? There he is. And then obviously you can turn the brightness up and down. You can have your green, you can have your blue. And I think they look awesome. And it doesn't matter like what faceplate you run, you can also, these ones are a little bit more difficult to get up. And magnets are like in separate areas. But yeah, these ones are super cool. I really like these. So we've got a black and a wood option at the moment. I'm not too sure if we're going to get more options. But as I say, you can also do the standard wood one, which I've got to say, this in the green, I don't know why it works so well, but it really does. And obviously without the LED lights on the outside, 10 times better in my opinion. And then you've also got the option to do literally whatever faceplate colour you want. I've got a original black one over here. This is the one that came on my original button box. So again, if you get bored of whatever it is you're running, pop this out, pop this in you go, and you've got another box. And don't forget, I'm running a lot of lighting, so obviously if you turn the lights off, you can clearly see how bright it is. And I think it's a lot brighter personally. It just looks super clean, and that ability to just whip one out, whip one in. These ones are a lot harder to get on because obviously they're a solid unit, they're not flexible, but how good that looks, man. Right, there's no wrong with that. And you can see the lights now without the light on. You can see the lights starting to go through, and again you have a bit of adjustment here so you can kind of line everything up the way you want it to line up. But yeah, I mean, how cool is that, man? It's so awesome. So one of the other things I wanted to touch on while we're in this camera position was I wanted to touch on the mounting points. So this was something that I always mentioned in the past. Sorry, I keep moving this. While we're going to be moving it around, let me whip this one off so we don't damage it. We'll keep it nice, and we'll chuck in an old school one for now. I think I've got a pretty cool old school one, which I think you'll all like. Let's chuck the carbon one in. Oh yeah. So, just to touch on a few points, one of the things I wasn't a huge fan of, and this was just quality point of view, was I wasn't a big fan of the original mounting point. So I mentioned it, and here we go. So we've got Visa mounts now. Very simple. Completely normal Visa mount size, but if you're someone like me who uses a button box mount, again, just pop that on there like so, pop the other one on, and you're good. And then he overkilled it because he is very similar to myself. I mentioned the mounting points being metal, and now we also have metal CB holes as well. So this is a CB hanger, and we have them metal as well, which I think is awesome. But yeah, I mean, very few small changes that he's done, and I just think it looks awesome in my personal opinion. And I'll be honest, opening it on a desk and looking at it like this is nothing like having it in a simulator. Like, as soon as you move it from here and you put it on your rig, night and day, completely, honestly. And that's something that we're going to do in this video. We'll take it over at the rig and we'll stick it on there and we'll see what we think. Right, I'll see you in the setup phase, we've got to put some extras on. For anyone interested, when you order your box, you can also get these bad units, which are toggle extensions, and they are metal, which again in the UK we just can't get. So they just go on there like this, and you just fasten them on. So we're going to pop them on and get set up to get it on the simulator. So I'll tell you what, we may as well just do it here, because we're already here now and you can see just fine. So we need the 2 bolts for the side, and then so I'll bang these on. We're going to be running, we may as well stick with the carbon for now, so we're going to be running these bad units for now. So we want park and brake, which is this side, so we'll bang these on, and then we'll also bang. So what I was saying is, what's cool about these is you can, once they're on and once you've tightened them up, what you'll notice is this piece comes off and this piece doesn't. So once you get this in the right position where you want it, you can just Loctite the metal piece in and it'll just stay there, which is a cool thing. So if I wanted to take this off, for instance, just to show you, and I wanted to put me real one on, which I'm not going to do yet because I want to put the stickers on, obviously it just screws straight on, that's it on. So it's very easy to do, it's very easy to go too far with them, so I would start small and work your way up, but as you can see, we're on and we're sorted. So we'll leave them 2 on. We're going to add on some sidebars, which is the CB, so we may as well pop that on while we're here. So the CB is pretty simple, so it's just here, so we just pop this on like this, which is the new bracket, line her up with the holes. If you want to keep it simple, just bang the screw in first. So I'm just going to get a bit of thread through it, so just screw them in a little bit so you've got something to line it up with. The holes are quite tight, but not like in a bad way, just so yeah. So we just popped a bit of thread through there, as you can see, and we'll just line her up, and we'll do the same with this one here. Oh no, this one's a bit more forgiving, so we'll just crank that straight in. Excellent. Easier said than done when the camera's like right there. As you all know, I'm not a cameraman. I do my best for you, but I'm definitely not a cameraman. But yeah, I mean, the CB hanger, I actually use a one hanging off the top of the simulator and I love it, but the CB hanger is really cool, man. I really like it. So I'll bang them in, and then we've just got the back plates to pop on, and then we're sorted. She's on, she's a unit, she really is a unit. I'm moving the box, not the actual mount. So that's the initial build. We've got these to tighten down, and then we've also got, so one of the things I want to say about these is you can over tighten them. So as you can see, this is upside down now. So what you can do is just crank it back, pop a little bit of blue Loctite on the thread, put it where you want it, and then just leave it, and it'll just lock it in position, and then you are good to go, as you can see. So obviously if I crank mine too much right now, we're going to be stuck upside down, which we don't want. So we'll just dial her off a little bit. And obviously if you wanted to take it all the way off, you can actually see this little nubbin. That's the bit you want to Loctite on, not this piece. So that's the bit you want to Loctite on, not the red piece. So, because as I say, that metal piece underneath is staying here, and we want it to stay there. So we'll just Loctite that on, it's not an issue. I need these to come off regularly because I'm going to be changing their faceplate regularly. So I'm going to be swapping out between stuff like this and, you know, stuff like this, which I think this one might become one of my favourites. But yeah, I'm going to be swapping these out. So again, you need things to be swappable, and these are going to need to come on and off regularly. So I'm just going to Loctite this piece in here. So we'll leave that off. Yeah, I'm just going to Loctite this piece where I need it. So probably about there, and then screw it on. Jobs are good. So yeah, we should be good with that. I'll stick it on for now, so we know where we're going. Sorted. Right. Step number 20. Oh, over you come. Lie you down. We want to take our bag, which is handily got what we need on, which is visa mounts. Awesome. Someone's well thought about this. I apologise for the slightly longer video, chat. Right, we have got some bad boy long screws here, and we're not going to lie, he has not messed about on this one. So I'm going to put mine on with the brackets on the outside. I don't know height wise where I need it, so we'll just loosely put them on. Wow, these boys just keep going. Right, there's one in, and again, this is just regular visa mount, so whatever you want to do. For anyone generally interested, I'm using the SimLabs button box mount. Very simple, very easy. It's something I've used for years because it just works, you know. Alright, we'll crank them up off camera because I haven't brought an Allen key with me, apparently. Alright, where else are we? So we'll go with one of them, we'll go with one of them. And again, don't forget, if you want to get them the right height and everything, I would just put them on loosely and tighten them up when you put them on your simulator or your desk or whatever it is you're doing with it. But luckily, having visa mounts, you can generally put it wherever you want, which is great. Because if anyone's interested, you can buy RAM mounts, things like that. So yeah, very, very simple. Awesome. Right, we are ready to mount, boy. Let's get it. Right, I'll see you on the old simulator. Well guys, if you made it this far, well done. So, button box is mounted. You've followed to this point, so you've seen me put all the mounting plates on. We've got a faceplate of whatever it is you choose. You've got your key, which is very simple. So pop your key in, like so, done. Got your cable, which we've talked about, which is awesome. So this is your CB. Only goes in one way, dead easy. There's a little fitting up on the top, which you probably saw in the previous video. And screw that in. That's your CB done. So it is one USB to the computer. So plug it into your computer, and the CB works through USB. So it's actually a CB mic in here. And when you key it, it activates a button through the button box, and then your CB mic will be recognised on the computer. Dead easy. So once you got to this point, we'll keep it simple. You got to this point, you want to come into your game. You want to go through to your options. You want to go through to your controls. You want to go to a spare drop down menu. You drop it down, click Patriot button box, then come over to your keybinds. Dead easy. Pick a keybind that you want to, keybind. Let's just do, we'll do horn for instance, because mine's already binded because I had a button box in before. So if we pick the horn, we click on there, we click that, you'll see it's changed, and now we've got a horn button. Easy. Go through all the keybinds that you want, and then that's you ready to go. Very, very simple. Just to run through some little keybinds with you. If you bought any of these extensions, toggle extensions, dead easy to put on. I showed them previously. All you need to do is get an Allen key. I would use the Allen key this way personally. So pop this in here. A little bit harder to do on the rig. I would probably recommend doing these off the rig. But yeah, pop the Allen key in. If you use the Allen key this way like I'm doing, so use the Allen key lengthways, like so. You won't over tighten them. I've never over tightened one yet, but you know, just use your brain. Be sensible about it. They are metal, so you shouldn't wreck them, but they are very simple. So that's that done. You've got your remote, which is another simple thing. The IR sensor thing is down the bottom here, so just point it at the key and you can change whatever colour you want, which is awesome. Obviously, key, ignition, turn the truck on, turn the truck off. Simple buttons. These are all just one-way toggles, so you've just got on, you've got off. So these are all just simple toggles. So if we put the ignition on, for instance, this is just the I've got this mapped to the diff lock, and then you've got your, like, I've got my indicators, you know, my hazard lights. You've got your engine brake, positive and negative, so you know, more engine brake, less engine brake. Most of the mods I use have a 3-stage brake. You've got your, I actually use this for air suspension. So these are classed as air suspension. So if I put the truck on, just put the clutch in for you, you can see we've got air suspension. Very easy, very simple. And then your other one, I've got these mapped to windows, so you'll see my window go down, you'll see my window go up. It's personal preference. Technically these are window switches, technically these aren't. But I use these for window switches, so I can use these for air suspension. But that is pretty much the basic, you know, there's nothing really else to talk about. You've got your trailer brake and your tractor brake. I have fastened these on now with a bit of Loctite, so I can take this off now. And then if you had some aftermarket ones like these, you can screw these on like so, and there you go, nice and solid. Simple, easy, clean. So personal preference, I really like these. I'm a really big fan. I'm probably going to use both. I think they're awesome. Any other questions, just drop them down in the comments. I am really sorry for the long-winded video, but I've used it for a month. I absolutely love it. I've used the other one for a month, which got damaged in shipping, but is what it is. It's been replaced. Here it is. I absolutely do love it. I use it daily. And if you come into the streams, you'll see it getting used daily. So yeah, go and check them out. If you're interested, go and get one. If you're too big for you, have a look at the smaller version. There is a normal Patriot, which is a bit smaller. I might get my hands on one day and we can have a walkthrough on them. But yeah, any questions, fire them in the comments. If the video is too long, I am sorry. If there's anything I've missed, please ask. I will do another video in about a month, just to let you know how I'm getting on. And hopefully she's still going, purring away, and we're loving life. Appreciate yous. Have a good one. Catch yous later.